basketball.
Beth, I feel like we got the best seat in the house for a game that we're probably going to get sweat on us. It's that close to the action. This is going to be outstanding here. Sold out Reynolds Coliseum. Excited for the matchup of two top 15 teams.
Home whites with the pink trim for NC State, and some of Coach Yau's favorite words replacing the names on the back of their jerseys. And Duke in their road blues. Off the bounce, Zoe Brooks, and the turnover. It's a dead ball turnover. That's a key phrase tonight, because Duke, with this starting five, loves to take it from you and run it the other way.
They have the best assist turnover margin in the ACC, one of the best in the country.
Pull up in the lane, in and out from Jaden Donovan. And here's a look at the starting five for NC State. 4 guards, and then the big who has emerged throughout the season in Tilda Trieger.
Beth, NC State can't wait to start this basketball game. They got to jump it fast. You got to welcome the pressure that Duke's going to bring. Look for Westmore to have back doors and off the bounce, dribble entries into their offense, ball fakes and shot fakes to be able to score against Duke.
Jackson off the mark. There's Trieger with the rebound, and Brooks will push the other way. Leaving it off for Tilda. She'll try it for 3 and knock it down at 6'6". The freshman from Sweden stepping outside.
It's her 7th triple of the season. She did go 4 for 6 at Cal on the road. She is very capable of knocking down the trail triple.
Duke trying to do what hasn't been done, and that's an opponent coming in here and winning at Reynolds as Taina Mair drops the three.
And that's what I'm talking about with NC State. How can you leave somebody that wide open in the beginning of the game? And you have to bring your level up right now. If you wait, it'll be too late.
Trying to match the triple at the other end. Offensive rebound. James off the window. The 5'9" senior from Virginia Beach, 9 times this year, has dropped 20.
Transition defense for both teams, critical to their success here.
Reagan Richardson just inside the line with a hand in her face for 2.
I would say back-to-back baskets for Duke with very little resistance by NC State.
Well, and that's a big difference, right, for the Blue Devils. They're always going to defend. This year, it's a much better scoring team.
I think that's the difference in this year's club with everyone that Kara Lawson has returning. You have to be able to be a more complete team, and I think they are this year, particularly because of their improvement on the offensive end.
First foul on Delaney Thomas, and quickly into the game is one of the top freshmen in the country, and one of the front runners for ACC Rookie of the Year, Toby Fournier, the 6'2" freshman from Toronto, who can dunk.
Ashlon Jackson has the Aziaha James matchup to start the game. NC State runs a lot of ball screen action. Pick and roll is what, pick on the ball is what Westmore would say. He's been saying that for 36 years over there on the sideline as a head coach.
This is an NC State team. Almost everybody back from their Final Four run a year ago. And up and in from Brooks, who hangs and hits.
And that's the way you got to attack Duke's pressure. They're going to have a hand in your face. They have great defensive habits. They're going to play up the line. You got to be able to attack it.
Pass off the mark, and NC State a chance to test the waters. And now James will circle back. Reach in and a takeaway. Good pick by Donovan, and here comes Mair. Got numbers, got Donovan, missed the layup.
Well, that's a break for the Wolfpack, because that's that live ball turnover you were referencing earlier. You can't turn it over in the live situation. Duke's team speed is too good going the other way. And Kara Lawson doesn't like the 2 calls that have gone against her team right here. Zoe Brooks attacking, welcoming, inviting pressure off the bounce. Great hang time and finish at the rim.
James, the underneath the bucket inbounds, and they execute it well. Aziaha with 4 early.
Got to know personnel. You'll see how they'll guard certain matchups on the floor for NC State.
Duke loves to post up the freshman Fournier. Here she is with a touch and a face-up. Offensive rebound. Jackson on the kick out for three. Westmore was working on that all day today in shoot-around. Talking about getting the rebound with the Blue Devils.
Duke averages 15 offensive rebounds a game. This is just a tremendous job by Okanawa to be able to get that loose ball off the rim and make a play for Jackson.
Duke with more pressure, trying to speed things up. And instead, Rivers finds James for three. She's hot early with 7. Fournier, freshman on freshman, and she muscles that up and in.
Fournier knows how to use her leverage. She's giving up some size to the 6'6" Trigger on the inside. But that's where she does damage for Duke. 2 feet in the paint.
Brooks pulls up, no. And here comes Mair.
NC State electing not to crash the glass to get back and set their D.
Richardson. Fournier and a foul. Snake behind the screen, and Toby with a nice drop down to the block.
It's a really good job by Duke to run their ball screen action below the free throw line. It's really hard to tag and bring help from the weak side. It's a really good job of isolating on a single side or a naked side. Karen Lawson's team able to attack off the bounce in the 2-man game.
69% at the line for the 4-time ACC Rookie of the Week. And short on that attempt. One of the top members of the freshman class coming in from Canada. Has competed internationally, and she is their leading scorer coming in off the bench this season.
She has a total of 3 assists this season. You got to turn her into a passer. Yeah, that's a foul.
Brooks fouled by Okanawa. The first on Alucci. 2-point ball game midway through the first.
You got to set a tone over there with the officiating. I mean, that's what she's doing. NC State would love to get in the bonus so they can get to the free throw line.
3 fouls on Duke, 1 on NC State. Early lead for the Wolfpack. Trigger walked with it. The Blue Devils, you know, quad 1 wins are a big thing this year in women's college basketball. That's a new indicator for the selection committee to work with. They're 4-3. Their strength of schedule, one of the best in the country. They still have Notre Dame to come. And Charlie says a 3 seed, which would keep them at home for the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament.
You know, Beth, when Carol Lawson was hired by Nina King, the athletic director at Duke, I said early on, I thought in her 5th year, she would be a Final Four contending team. And that's where they are. Yes, I think they are. They're going to play first 2 games at home. They're going to go to the regional, and the way they play defense and their added scoring punch. I mean, Gail Gestincourse at Duke set the standard for the Blue Devils. 4 Final Fours, 2 title games, and they haven't been back since.
Their last Elite 8 was 2013. That's also their last ACC championship. They come in tonight, along with NC State, 1 game behind Notre Dame.
I like the makeup of their team. I like the chemistry on defense. I like how hard they play. And it must be a joy in practice every day because you know what you're going to get.
Charlie Cream is projecting 9 ACC teams with a couple more on the bubble as NC State turns it over, and a chance for Duke to take the lead for the first time tonight.
That would be an unforced error by NC State. That didn't have anything to do with the Duke defense. Madison Hayes just threw it out of bounds. What a game already, right? You can feel the intensity in the building.
And this is a young group of Blue Devils out there on the floor right now. underclassmen running the show, including the sophomore Mair at the point. Nice rack pass inside to Fournier and a foul on Trieger.
So you got to have better ball pressure to take vision away, and Trieger can't let Fournier step in front of her on that duck in. You got to fight over the top of that. This is where the young post play for NC State is starting to emerge. Like, that's something on film that she's going to learn from.
Under 4 to go here in the first quarter. Taken away by James. 1v1 with Jackson up and over the front of the rim. She's got 9 in the quarter.
She came to ball. Aziaha James is coming off the only game this season where she had single digits. She only had 7 points in the win at Wake on the road. She's already scored more points here in the first 7 minutes.
Weak side rebound for Rivers. That's her first. Keeps an active dribble and draws the foul.
How about playing up the line for NC State? This is what you call good ball pressure right here. Soniya Rivers sets this up for Aziaha James to jump the passing lane. That's the kind of defense you got to play. Take vision away, high hands, and allow James to get that steal and lay up on the other end.
Rivers to the line, 69% on the season, coming off a win against Virginia Tech in which she scored her 1,000th career point, honored before the game tonight. Terrific matchup in the ACC tonight. How about the Thursday night double dipper? UConn and Tennessee renew their rivalry. It's Paige Beckers in the first game, and then Hannah Hidalgo and Notre Dame in the second. Big Thursday night doubleheader coming your way.
Hannah Hidalgo coming off back-to-back 30-point games. And she can get it done on the defensive end as well. One of the top players in the country. That's a great day of basketball on Thursday.
Going to see a couple of the top player of the year candidates in Beckers and Hidalgo. And then what do you got? The LA ladies, probably the other two, and Juju and Lauren Betts.
Yeah, I like Lauren Betts right now. I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to the #1 team, an undefeated team in the country, UCLA. I know Corey Close would appreciate somebody giving them a shout out. She's the head coach, and they've had a heck of a run to start.
They've matched the best win streak in UCLA history. The last time they won 21 straight, they won the national championship.
That would be Billy Moore back in the late 70s.
Led by the legendary Annie Myers. Denise Curry, there's a pull-up for Soniya Rivers, and State has its biggest lead.
You see the spacing? It's a great job of letting Soniya Rivers in a matchup she can win go one-on-one. And that shot's too quick for Duke.
Kara Lawson turned to her assistants and said, why? Brooks, oh, with the spin off the window! And a flex for Zoe Brooks down the other end. Fournier, and a foul. It's going to be 2 on Trieger.
Now it's Wes Moore's turn to give the officials an earful. Look at this spin. On balance with a little contact. Zoe Brooks in the mid-range is so good.
So Trieger checks out with a couple fouls, and the interior depth will be tested for NC State. Mallory Collier, who did have some starts early in the season, will check in with under 2 to go in the quarter as Fournier bangs in the first.
Both coaches, look, 1 game out of first place. Notre Dame undefeated in the league. Neither one of these teams has had a chance at Notre Dame yet.
On the run. Count the basket and a foul. Madison Hayes, assisted by Rivers.
The full court vision to advance pass, and Hayes on the run.
First foul on Jordan Wood.
Look,
Rivers amping up the crowd.
Oh, you don't think this game means something?
You know, with the expansion around realignment and the conferences, this is the one and only Duke State showdown.
You also should point out that NC State does not have a winning record in this environment and in this particular game.
It's so emotional. They're 9-10 in play-for-K games. And a lot of those against Duke and Carolina.
NC State switching 1 through 4.
Okonowa off the hesitation. Fournier offensive rebound. Gets the stick back.
What an offensive board by the freshman. #1 in the ACC with an offensive rebounding percentage of 41%. That's 41% of the shots they missed, they offensive rebound. That is a really good number.
Her first taste of this rivalry, she's got 5. Brooks bumps it back up to a 10-point game. Final minute, first quarter.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Duke. NC State really locked in, communicating on the defensive end the last couple of possessions.
Offensive foul against the Blue Devils. That's DeJesus, the screener. Her first.
Duke applying some full court pressure. They love to pick up full court.
NC State with a push here could get a 2-for.
You know, exactly. And you know what? NC State with Aziaha James on the backside of the offense here gives them a chance to stretch the D and take away that ball pressure up front.
Tough to pressure them with so many good ball handlers. Look at that Duke defense, aggressive to get out. DeJesus gets a hand in the face and they can hold for 1.
When Madison Collier gets those small guards on her on the switch, she has got to post them up.
Jackson back to Fournier on the pick and roll. Another offensive rebound. Scramble for the loose ball. Good if it goes. Got it! Jackson for 3. Start out the night 1 game out of first place in the ACC behind undefeated Notre Dame in league play. And they are crashing the offensive boards, getting those second chance points. That's 11 now for Duke.
That's 6 offensive rebounds. That's Duke's game. That's a mid-range jumper, and they crash. And you better know where #4 in blue is, because she's going to the glass every time. This lineup on the floor for Carol Lawson is one of her better defensive alignments.
And she may have to change it up because Reagan Richardson just picked up her 2nd foul, and she will indeed depart. Ashlon Jackson comes back.
I think anytime Donovan and Okonowa are on the floor together, that means they're wrapping it up. It's like slap the floor on defense. We're playing some lockdown stuff, and that's what they got right here.
Donovan on the run. Gets the lay-in, her first basket.
So they start the second quarter with an offensive rebound, a steal, and a layup.
They're playing Duke ball. And another turnover.
That's 3 unforced turnovers. Sloppy miscommunication. Deflection, and then on the move in that live ball turnover.
Donovan gives it up. Delaney Thomas with the left hand. It's a 9-0 Duke run, and it's a 1-point game.
What Duke has done right now is sped up the NC State offense. They were comfortable in the first quarter. Now they're late in the clock. They haven't had this late clock all game so far.
Okonowa got a piece of that. And here comes Duke again. Donovan dropping it off. Mair hits the 3. 12 in a row for Duke and their first lead of the night.
way too fast. This is Duke's tempo.
Mair, they've got numbers, they've got shooters. Jackson, three, buries another one. 17 in a row, and finally the timeout. They didn't have any fast break points in the first quarter, 10 of them in the second. They're getting layups, they're getting triples, and NC State, which went to its bench, and that helped trigger the run, now has to get some starters back in there to try and end a 17-0 run. And Aziaha James can try and do it at the free throw line.
I will say this about Wes Moore. He didn't want to call a timeout, right? He's trying to save him because you know how this game's going to go. As a coach, you have a feel. And he thought his players could get themselves out of it, but I'm telling you, Duke was like an avalanche.
So with James at the line, misses the first. Let's see what happens here with Duke now, as Kara Lawson has to go to her bench, down 2 starters with foul trouble if she takes Mair out here. Richardson is already on the bench with 2. But 2 missed free throws, she's got to stay out there.
Akanawa knows one speed, and that's it right there, fast.
That'll stay at this end, and now Mair will depart. DeJesus will come on. NC State shot 71% in the first quarter. Duke starting out the second quarter shooting 85%. Jackson takes the handoff. Akanawa rips it away from Cox. And another chance for Duke. She'll try and bang in a 3. A third opportunity. Jackson airmails that one.
That's one when you do not turn around and look at your coach. You just go play defense.
No eye contact. Rivers finds a shooter. Hayes. They still can't quiet it down.
Well, they got to get it done on this end of the floor, NC State. They've got to get some lockdown stops so they can get out on the run themselves. Duke has tremendous team speed.
Jackson, no. Offensive rebound, Thomas, no. James weaves her way to the rim and misses the layup.
Why do kids not use the backboard in that situation?
Good question. NC State's 0 for 4 with 3 turnovers in the quarter, and Jackson responds with a 3. The run is now 20-0.
Wow. This is amazing.
Brooks, offensive foul.
Oh, no way.
Charge taken by Jackson.
Watch this play right here. Jackson with a step back 3. NC State not organized in transition. There's no way she's there.
Oh, she's moving. Zoe Brooks, that's her first. The Duke defense triggering their offense. NC State has not scored since there was a minute left in the first quarter. Jackson. Offensive rebound again. That time NC State responds with a block.
All 5 players for NC State have to rebound.
Duke has 10 boards in the first half. Brooks redirected, and it's Rivers with it.
I would get out of the way and let Rivers go right here. NC State goes to a lot of ISO ball.
Another missed layup, and then finally, NC State ends the drought. It was a 20-0 Duke run that lasted for 5, check that, 6 minutes.
Kara Lawson will call every set. What she's doing is looking for matchups, knowing that NC State will switch 1 through 4, and now switching 1 through 5 with Mallory Collier on the floor. She's trying to put Collier in ball screen action, and that's why. Because the switch puts Collier on Jackson. What a first half for Ashlon Jackson. 5 3-pointers.
Did NC State is their 4th turnover on.
That's 11 in the half.
Yeah, they've had 4 without Duke even being near them. That's the switch I'm talking about right there, and that's what Coach Lawson is doing. She's calling the switches on the offensive end.
Cable turns it over. It just checked into the game. Devin Quigley into the lineup for NC State. Being outscored in this second quarter, 20-2. Rivers for 3. 1 and done.
Duke continues to put pressure on with their defense and their push up the floor.
Boy, all eyes should be on Ashlon Jackson. That turns it over right there. With the 5 triples in this first half. Hey, we got a big Super Tuesday coming your way on the men's side, featuring Kentucky and Arizona in our triple header.
Ben, Mallory Collier did a really good job of stuffing that duck in that time. That's why NC State was able to get a turnover. Now she's got to help in relieving pressure.
Brooks settles for the 3.
Got to stop the ball right here.
Oh, and through the hands of Fournier and out of play. So a couple of turnovers in a row for the Blue Devils.
When Duke defensive rebounds, they put pressure on you in their transition offense, especially when Akanawa or Donovan gets the glass.
Brooks, short. NC State will get a second chance. Woo, looking to face up. Stumbles and a foul. That'll be on Fournier, her first. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our cancer survivor celebration. And this the 20th year of the Play for K game. Celebrating the life and legacy of Coach Kayal. And NC State forced to call a timeout, trying to inbound. 5 triples, 1 shy of her career high. She had 6 last year in a game against K-State.
Duke 1 pass away, denying up the line. NC State forced way out to run their offense.
Shot clock winding down, Rivers. That won't drop. Brooks, offensive rebound. Woo. Fournier defending, and she
did not travel. She held her pivot foot and ball faked. Watch her pivot foot right here. When did the whistle came? Why? That's not travel.
That is 12 turnovers in the half for NC State. Kanawa to Thomas, and out and back in.
Duke doing a really good job of isolating their post play against NC State.
NC State 1 of 10 this half, and Quigley rattles one in.
Big bucket for the freshman, getting some quality time right here.
Deep 3, Jackson. Akanawa off the offensive rebound. Second chance points. That's 13 of them in this first half.
What a tough 2.
What an incredible athletic finish.
Oh, whoa. The roll off the screen, and Brooks finds her. Final minute to go in this first half. DeJesus will pull up mid-range, and she knocks it down. Her first basket. Big first quarter for the Wolfpack. Huge second quarter for the Blue Devils. Brooks, layup. She's got 8 in the first half.
Aziaha James getting extended time on the bench. Duke gonna go flatten it out here.
Can essentially hold for one. I would think you'd want a touch for Jackson, the way she's been shooting it. DeJesus goes to her side. Here's Jackson, blocked by Brooks as time expires.
43-30 to simulate the Duke speed. I mean, their speed is elite. And they know how to use it, Beth.
Duke allowing just 8 points in that second quarter. And what a turnaround for NC State. And that is our game track, brought to you by E-Trade.
What a block by Jaden Donovan. I mean, it is a clear path to the rim. And Donovan makes a big defensive play to start the half.
They average 5 blocks and 12 steals a game. And they force 22 turnovers a game. They're on pace for all of that. And they'll open up at the offensive end with a pull-up for Taina Mair.
I think Westmore's got to get Aziaha James going. She had 9 first quarter points, did not score in the second quarter.
And only played 5 minutes. Madison Hayes fouled on the shot.
You foul charge to number 24, Reagan Richardson.
Oh, and that's the third on Reagan Richardson. She was sidelined with foul trouble for a lot of that first half.
Well, NC State needs to get to the free throw line. They went 2 for 5 in the first half.
Kara Lawson's going to let Richardson hang with the 2 fouls. She only played 5 minutes in the first half. And now changes her mind, and she'll get her out. Akanawa will come on.
Akanawa returning for the Blue Devils.
Crowd here at Reynolds trying to get NC State a little boost. Sold out and pinked out for this Play for K game tonight on K-Yow Court. Thomas, tough catch, bothered on the shot. NC State couldn't hold on.
Madison Hayes does such a tremendous job, always playing out of position for Westmore. Vertical at the point of attack, doesn't pick up a foul, gets NC State a chance to set their defense with 5 on the clock.
No change of possession, so no reset. Jackson gets a clean look and hits it. Well executed.
Ashlon Jackson.
That's
with a sense of urgency.
Her first 2-point basket. As you mentioned, 5 triples in the first half.
17 points for Ashlon. Rivers. Nice feed inside till the trigger.
3 possessions for NC State, 3 plays in the middle third. That's the way you attack an overplaying defense. They can't help in the middle of the floor as much if you run your attack down the middle third. Horns.
Mair to the left side, and the trip to the line coming up.
There are times when you guard the action and other times when you have to guard the ball. Right here, this is just a great job by Jackson to curl off that screen and step into it, and then Trigger with a good finish around the rim with her offhand.
For the line, number 22, Taina Mair.
Taina Mair hasn't been here very often. 6 of 9 for the season. Knocks it down. Story of this one was a turnaround for the Blue Devils. They went from 10 down to 13 up in that first half.
In like 3 minutes. It was quick at the start of the second quarter.
Gets 1 for 2. Here's James. Count it. And let's see if that gets her going.
A walking bucket is Aziaha James. 3-level scoring. Mature around the rim to handle and absorb contact. Keeps her focus on the finish. And she shot that off the backboard.
And now Mair has 3. So 2 starters with 3 fouls for Duke. And Kara will let her point guard play through it.
See, what Coach Lawson's doing is turning her back to NC State's bench and calling sets, because Brandon Miller over at NC State knows everybody's calls in the entire league. He's the first person on the bench with pink pants on for the Wolfpack.
Mair. Good patience from Duke, and that set, she's got 13. Brooks playing a 2-man game, keeps it and hits. Zoe now into double digits with 10, and they get a turnover.
You can sense a little bit of a Wolfpack run right here. Only +4 in the turnover margin for Duke. They're typically close to +8.
Ping-ponging around, NC State with another chance. James spins, hangs, hits.
All day, baby. She gets in the paint, forget about it.
Horns again. Jackson off the bounce, blocked by Rivers, and she's standing out of bounds on the catch. 8 on the shot clock.
Aziaha James smells the rim. Such great body control. Her stock to the WNBA bet keeps going up and up and up.
DeJesus off the bench, gets a nice bounce off the iron. Just came on the floor to replace Mair with 3 fouls. James steps back and hits. Answers the 3. She's got 17.
She had 9 in the first quarter. She's already got 8 here in less than 4 minutes.
Jackson over Trigger, short. Brooks probing, weaving. Zoe Brooks off glass, got it. Then here come the Wolfpack. Kara Lawson slams on the brakes and says, let's get a set we want right here.
They're going to put Trigger in ball screen action. That's what they've been doing. They've been attacking the 5 for NC State, manipulating the 5.
Thomas over Trigger, no. Offensive rebound, Donovan. Kick out, Jackson for 3. Got it!
Oh, my
She
goodness.
ties her season high with 6.
Ashlon Jackson, shoot till your arm falls off.
The steal on the inbound, and then Brooks fouls.
Aziaha James, a little step back, heat check.
Bucket!
Second team foul.
And the Blue Devils offensive rebounding, automatic kick to 3. Jackson with 6 triples. It's heating up in here.
And then they just catch NC State lazy again on the inbound.
The 5th time they've had a lazy play where they've turned the ball over. They typically don't turn the ball over. They turn it over 12 times a game.
Yeah. A testament to the Duke defense, but also the unforced errors bothersome. Thomas steps away and knocks it in.
Every play call for Kara Lawson is resulting in putting Trieger in some sort of action.
They're 6 for 10 in this quarter, and then James passes it right to Akanawa for the layup. Good response from Duke after NC State started putting some pressure on them.
How can you lose your focus in a game like this? Like, every detail matters.
Rivers spins, got it, and rolls it in.
What an athletic finish. My goodness. NC State, the spin cycle is alive in the second half. The Wolfpack in the middle of the floor to the bucket. So comfortable catch and shoot outside the three-point line.
We're seeing the quickness, we're seeing the speed, we're seeing the determination to get to the glass. They're rebounding over 50% of their misses.
Yeah, and they're a 41% offensive rebounding percentage team. They've missed 26 shots, and they've offensive rebounded 14. And what did Westmore tell us in shoot-around today?
Got a box shot.
That's it.
Yep.
All 5 have to go to the glass. It's the speed and quickness and the length of Duke on the glass.
Fabulous third quarter. NC State's shooting 70+. Duke shooting 60+. Toe-to-toe. Richardson's back out there with 3 fouls. Under 4 to play here in the third. A kind of a baseline drive. Rivers with the run out. Soniya. Good defense by Jackson. Stood her ground. Thomas, they're picking on Trieger again. James. Oh, what a fake! Aziaha James! Got the defender to blow by and lays it in.
NC State's best offense is quick hitter down the middle third, attacking one-on-one. There are times during this year where that's the only way they've been able to score, and that's where they are right now.
As a point guard, I hate to say it, but assists don't matter tonight for NC State. They're scoring off the bounce. 1v1. And for Duke, it's Jackson again for 3. No. And Richardson picks up her 4th foul.
Watch Aziaha James.
Oh, that's a double dribble.
Ooh, I think that was double dribble. Wow. Oh, yeah, no question about it.
That's a double dribble. I'll take that for NC State.
That's not a good move. Well, I guess she got 2 points out of it. Oh, Coach Lawson's not going to like that one on film tomorrow.
Turning to the Blue Devils lineup.
So Richardson, who has missed much of this night with foul trouble, is out again for Duke. And for NC State, can they chip away? They've been down by as many as 13. Rivers! And 1!
It's a little misdirection up top.
Finds a Rivers jersey in the crowd for the high five.
Misdirection, blow by. Guard the ball, not the action. And when you don't guard the ball, this is what happens. She thought Soniya was coming off that double screen up top.
Rivers. And it's a 4-point game. get Fournier a touch on the low block. They double down on her. O'Connell with 2 on the shot clock.
Now that is a great defensive possession by the Wolfpack because they guarded personnel.
James pulls up mid-range. 2-point game. Shot clock. O'Connell into the lane to the right hand, in and out. Two to tie, 3 for the lead. For the 3. In and out. DeJesus, Fournier, they go to the freshman, she comes up short. Final minute of the 3rd quarter, NC State looking to add to a 10-0 run.
I'm looking for Aziaha James right here. It's the same set. This time she comes off the screen.
James has it for the lead. Hard off the back iron, and here comes Jackson.
Punch.
Down to 5 again on the shot clock. They'll go back to the freshman. Fournier fouled
with 1 on the shot clock. NC State much better defensively here in the 3rd quarter. It's made Duke hesitate. It's the tempo that Kara Lawson likes, though. She wants to call every set on her end of the floor when the ball's in front of her.
3rd foul on Trieger will get Fournier to the line. And don't forget, every Sunday on ACC Network and the app, this Sunday it's the Commonwealth Clash, Virginia Tech, Virginia, and then Notre Dame, Cal. What a great start to the week for women's college basketball. Thursday night, a doubleheader. UConn, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Stanford. And these 2 teams fighting for sole possession of 2nd place in the ACC tonight. Rivers with O'Connell defending. Soniya Rivers, good if it goes. And the Duke Blue Devils will take the lead into the 4th quarter.
Double by, and I would not count out Florida State. Brooke Wyckoff has her best team. Taina Mair leads the nation in scoring.
Looking to stay top 4 seeds for the selection committee so they can play at home in the 1st and 2nd rounds of the NCAA tournament. Both teams at one point tonight have held double-digit leads, and both teams said, not so fast, you're not getting away from us.
Duke has used their offense to manipulate the 5. Trieger has played much better here in the 2nd half.
Ashlon Jackson having a career night.
She's good. She is really good.
22 points with 6 triples.
Duke forces you to make decisions all over the floor with every action because of their defense.
Hayes knocked loose, kept alive by NC State. Hayes for 3, got it!
Great find by the rookie. Jones to Hayes in the corner.
The penetration and the pitch from Zam. Back to a 1-possession game.
Oh, it's going to be a 1-possession game. Remember that timeout Westmore had to burn earlier. Be thinking about that as we creep closer to the finish. Duke has all of their timeouts remaining. NC State with just 2 left.
Early in this fourth quarter. Fournier, got it.
Really good duck in by the rookie. She is tough on the inside, and when she gets 2 feet in the paint, she can deliver.
They love her confidence. And they're going to her late. She's got 9. Switch. Rivers working on the rookie. Fournier stood her ground, but she was the last to touch it.
Look at Fournier right here. Takes a little bump. Trigger stays vertical. Good finish with contact. Good no call by the officials.
10 on the shot clock. Jones will inbound.
NC State's got to cut hard right here. They had to burn a timeout on a baseline out of bounds play earlier.
James able to track it down.
1-on-1, draws a foul. Aziaha James is so good at what I call the rope-a-dope. It's like the rope-a-dope before you throw the punch, right? She just has the change of speed. She plays the game low to high. She makes the defense react, and then she makes a play.
For the youngsters, that's a Google of Muhammad Ali. James hangs and hits. 23 for Aziaha.
Tell you what, this place has been jacked up all night. It's been awesome in here.
Fournier fouled again.
Watch the hang time. The cut off the screen, off the window to her strong hand.
On the line, number 35, Zoe Brooks.
ESPN NBA Wednesday double dip comes your way. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs playing Trae Young and the Hawks. Then SGA and the Thunder host KD and the Suns. It starts with NBA Countdown. Our coverage at 6:30.
Think De'Aaron Fox will be playing in that game?
I hope so. It's fun to watch. After the big trade from Sacramento. James. That knocked off of her leg and out of bounds. Mair got a hand in there. That's that disruptive Duke defense once again.
We're getting into what you call winning time. And winning time means detail. Every action has to be crisp. You cannot have game slippage now.
Richardson, and she's fouled out. That's her 5th personal. As NC State takes the charge, and Duke is down a starter. Kara Lawson will use it as a pseudo timeout to gather her troops with 7:15 to go.
Aziaha James goes under. You see the push off. Beats her to the spot.
First DQ of the season for Reagan.
Foul charged to number 24, Reagan Richardson, her 5th.
James off the hostage dribble, knocks in another. She's got 25.
She makes it look easy, and it's not. NC State done a better job on Jackson this half.
Jackson to Fournier, and she goes back to the free throw line.
Coach Lawson continues to take advantage of the 5s for NC State. It's ball screen after ball screen. This is James on the other end, gets Mair on her hip, keeps her there. Elevates into her jumper. And Fournier going back to the free throw line. She's 4 of 8 tonight.
Duke just 50% as a team tonight, and now sub 50.
That's a heck of an end zone to shoot free throws into, isn't it?
It's one of the best in college basketball.
Period.
Gets the second.
Matt had a little Chick-fil-A on the line, too.
I think there was some chicken available. What a weekend around college basketball. Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson getting their jerseys retired. And a foul here on a 3-ball. We've seen 50-point games, 40-point games, 30-point games from some of the stars. And now a dandy in the play for K. Gaiman Reynolds.
A great screen by Wu, holds her ground. Trying to get over the top. Jackson picks up the foul. 3 free throws here for Aziaha James.
Feels like the heady days of the ACC back in the mid-2000s, when the ACC sent 3 teams to the Final Four in 2006. Maryland beating Duke for the national championship. That's only happened one other time. The Big East did it in 2013.
Very impressive that year. All 3 triangle teams were in the top 10 most of the season. It's going to be a lane violation on Jackson.
Speaking of lanes, congratulations to our old Duke friend, Elena Beard. She's going into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this year. A transformational recruit for the Atlantic Coast Conference. And here we go. Back to square with 6:30 to play.
They just go deep into the clock, and Fournier into a ball screen.
Mair, good patience, blocked out of bounds by Wu.
Wu moving her feet, getting off the contact. But see, it's a late ball screen in the middle third, trying to put some pressure on that 5. That's center.
Jackson, short, comes back out to James. Aziaha looking for the lead and getting it.
Her body control is amazing. One of the top scoring guards in the country. Doesn't get enough credit for all that she does. James with 30 on 16 shots. You talk about efficiency. Look at this. Aziaha James, walking bucket.
And for the first time in a long time, NC State has the lead. They've trailed by as many as 13. And now how do the Blue Devils respond? Under 6 to go. Jackson has been their go-to. They have been hammering away on the offensive glass all night. They get another one here, and more second chance points as Mair drills the 3. 28 points off of offensive rebounds.
Duke switching 1 through 5.
Dan Jones, a Wu offensive rebound, count it!
A Wu stepping through with some contact, and it hangs on the rim.
54 points all season for Lorena. And she gets 2 big ones there, and then Hayes gets him the ball back.
Madison Hayes making a big play late. Spread it out, going one-on-one. Fournier gonna have to guard Rivers off the bounce here.
Rivers over the rookie, got it. And the clock has stopped at 5 minutes and 2 seconds as play continues. A whistle and a foul.
I don't think anybody on
Are
the
they
floor
going to correct it?
They didn't see it.
The clock stopped. They will play on, under 5 to go. Donovan hangs and hits.
Jaden Donovan.
James all the way the other way.
Wow, that was quick.
Donovan, Mair for 3. She hits it.
Oh, yes.
All even again.
What a game. What a game. And here comes James.
James muscles that up and in. And a new career high of 34 points.
Back-to-back triples from Mair, who doesn't take a lot.
She's got 19. Jackson. No. James with the rebound, and she's bumped.
The focus on Aziaha Jackson.
3:54. So the count is 14 seconds. So it will drop from 4:07 to play to 3:54 to play. Well done there by the officials to get it right. That foul just before the break was the 5th on Duke this quarter. So free throws now the rest of the way for NC State, and it starts with James right here. NC State 10 of 16 at the line tonight. Duke shooting just 50% from the stripe. And misses them both. Okanawa. And they'll run a set. Okanawa. Fournier trying to post. Can't get it to her yet. Now they get her a touch, and she's immediately bumped down low by Wu.
It's a really good job by Carol Lawson to consistently go and attack the centers in the 5 position of NC State.
Been doing it all night successfully. That's the 4th team foul on NC State. Duke will shoot on the next one. Donovan, boy, that shot where she brings it way back overhead, knocks it down.
Okanawa on James, but Duke has been switching 1 through 5.
Rivers, 3 ball, Hayes, no. Wu, got it. Boy, did she pick the right time to play the game of her life.
She carves out some weak side glass and then draws the foul through the contact. Huge offensive rebound by Owu. You know, the center spot, the middle play, all year is improving and emerging for NC State. Westmore known as a great developer of talent, and he's done a good job with the 5s. They are getting better, but teams are still going to use that as the target on the scouting report.
Under 3 to go. Jackson. Well, they lost her on the screen. Another offensive rebound for Duke. 20 on the night. by NC State.
You have to have defensive discipline. NC State second in the nation in personal fouls. They hardly ever foul, but in that situation right there, you got to have some time and score awareness on the defensive end as well.
So now both teams in the bonus. Jackson gets the first, 23 now on the night for Ashlon. They continue to be just 50% from the line, but good hustle again by Donovan. Gets him the ball back.
NC State gave up a mid-range jump shot to Jackson. I'd be watching for Jackson on this out-of-bounds play right here.
She's got it. Here comes Mair for three. Wu secures it. Possession and a 2-point lead. Two minutes. Wu balls and scores. My goodness. Where did this kid come from? How about East Moline, Illinois, the freshman?
The four corners.
Lighten it up. Jackson stepping back. They've taken the three away from her so far in this second half, but they are just relentless on the boards, and the freshman walks with it.
Screen and roll. Right down the heart.
The long pass to Rivers, who gets behind the defense and scores.
Zion James called it right in front of us. I just told you, you knew the pressure was going to be coming. What a play by Westmore.
The deep ball works.
Zion James looked at us and said, watch what's coming.
Now Duke needs a response. Through traffic for two.
I love it. Akanawa speed. Point A to point B might be the best in the league.
Final minute. And a classic play for K showdown. Brooks keeps that dribble alive. Rivers tried to tip it. Brooks held ball's gonna stay this way. And how about this touchdown pass on Super Bowl week for NC State?
The pressure's coming, and NC State sets it up beautifully. Madison Hayes throws the post pattern. And it's a great ball fake. Soniya Rivers. And then watch this right here, Akanawa. What a terrific finish through the NC State defense.
Trouble again on the inbound. James has it. James drives, goes to the left and scores. 36 points and a timeout called by Duke to advance the ball.
What did we just see? And has not scored. She's going to get minutes right here. She's a three-point threat. You can't gamble right here. If you're Brooks, you got to keep him in front.
Mair gives it up.
Oh my
They
goodness.
get an open look. And she stepped on the sideline, out of bounds.
You know how that is.
Jordan Wood.
Jordan Wood comes in the game for that specific play. Kara Lawson rolls the dice on putting a player in that hasn't had a sweat. She steps out of bounds on the sideline. Jordan Wood, a 6'4" sophomore, has made 10 threes all season.
But she's only 4 for 8 tonight. And I'm not sure what's taking so long here. The left foot definitely went on the line. I think, are they checking to make sure they have the clock right?
Well, the clock should stop right
there. Yep. 26.4 is showing.
What an incredible game. I mean, this fan base on the women's side. I thought she subbed out and no time went off the clock, and then she's back in.
Brooks with the catch. And there's the foul. Zoe has not been to the line tonight. She's 75% on the season. And she's got 2 here.
On the line for the Wolfpack, number 35, Zoe Brooks.
Well, you have to want the ball in this situation if you're NC State and be a confident shooter for Wes Moore. That's why he's got 4 guards out there with a Wu, but she won't touch the ball at the end of the game here.
For a 3-possession lead, no. Still a chance for Duke.
You have to keep them in front and run them off the 3-point line.
Mair will take the 2, hits it.
Got to cut hard to the ball right here or call timeout and advance it. This will be Wes Moore's last timeout. Remember that timeout they burned?
Not want Wu anywhere near this inbound. She'll stay away. Brooks fouled again. So 13 seconds to go. Duke needs some misses.
So NC State a little token pressure. Don't let Duke get behind you. Keep them in front. Run them off the 3-point line.
Offense for defense substitution here for Kara Lawson. She'll get Jordan Wood back out there.
I'm surprised that Wes Moore is leaving a Wu in now that Jordan Wood's back in, who's in to shoot a 3. But you got to go with who you trust in these situations. And right now, Wes Moore trusts a Wu.
A Wu's been that who in this second half for NC State. And now,
can she go out? Because no time went off the clock. Let's see.
I think they were checking for blood on her arm. She gets that covered and is back in.
It's like icing the shooter is why the fans are upset.
Brooks gets both. Oh, she has a look again. Short. Rebound, Rivers. A classic play for Kay goes to NC State as they rally from a double-digit deficit and win it 89-83.